Travis Winged Cell. It is so nice to have cooler weather, because by running I don't break out into a drenching sweat. It's real nice. Alright, Mormons, you're not getting it. Ex-Mormons, you're not getting it. Everybody's just not getting it. This is the end of the world, guys. The enemy is real. The enemy isn't just some fantasy thing that we all make accusations of, and we hope that we trigger them and getting them to angrily respond or cry or whatever snowflake response that we're hoping to get from them. The enemy is real. The evil they do is real. The crimes they commit are real. The suffering of their victims is real. If you can imagine how horrifying it was for Brian David Mitchell to kidnap, rape Elizabeth Smart, if you can imagine the horror of Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell murdering family, their spouses, murdering and decapitating and disassembling the daughter, burying them in bags in the earth. Those guys were all Mormon. Mitchell, Daybell, Vallow, Mormon. That's not even 100% of the evil that is out there. This is what I am warning you about. These are why I do my videos. It's not some fantasy land, hyperbole, or some hoax by some deranged lunatic calling themselves QAnon, telling people to go and raid a pizza place and storm the basement that doesn't exist for people who don't exist, for hostages that don't exist. The real threat is real. Last night, I had to ban somebody from my channel because the little precious princess thought I was going too far when I said that the LDS Church deals with the devil as Mormons die. She thought that was going too far. How dare I make the connection to blame Nelson? Whose fault is it that she's back on her mission in Switzerland to have a P-Day where she goes hiking in the Swiss Alps and slips and falls? Yes, it's an accident, but what's she doing on her mission? Nelson sent her on the mission because Nelson opened up the church during a pandemic. What the hell is he thinking? It's on him. And the deal with the devil? Saudi Arabia. His Excellency bin Salman. Am I the one that crossed the line? No. Nelson crossed the line. So get over yourself, precious princesses. You have no clue of the evil that awaits us. And if you think it's already bad, you have no clue. I grew up with this conservative mindset. I know the thoughts that go through their head. I know the depth of evil they will go. I've done videos talking about it. I have dealt with those who have dabbled with Satanism. I have talked with those in my classes in school. about how they treat women, how they treat Hispanics, how they treat immigrants, how they treat blacks, how they treat LGBTQ+, how they treat poor. This is why I don't like hanging out with guys. This is why I isolate myself as much as I can. I came to Utah thinking I was going to be among my people. Remember, I'm Mormon. And instead, I saw the same thing that I grew up with among my own people. But the difference is that my people claim to be righteous and have those thoughts. And that those thoughts come because they claim they are righteous, and then therefore they are justified. That's even deeper evil than what I grew up with. And so then we have Enrique, who I see from 7 hours ago, put a comment that is held for review. And he asks, not really asking, he's more condemning. He says, why do you mock the LDS Church? Because I'm obedient to the church's scriptures. I'm Mormon. Contend against no church but the church of the devil. I'm being obedient. Do you not understand? And then he goes to do an ad hominem attack because he doesn't know how to respond with sound argument. Your smirk is irritating because you demonstrate ad hominem. You can't argue that. And then he assumes I know more than the LDS prophet? Yes, I do, technically. But you're using it as an attack on me. Why don't you talk about your religion and its faults? That is hilarious. Literally hilarious. And so I will be responding. He's not going to get banned. I will be responding. Enrique, I'm Mormon. Or do you attend a perfect church that allows you to ridicule others? Do you see what he's done? Do you see the scripture that when you falsely accuse another, you reveal the same and worse fault in yourself? He's condemning me, not just ridiculing. And he is clueless that I'm Mormon, that I am talking about my religion. I am talking about its faults. And he's mocking, ridiculing, saying, I attend a perfect church. I attend the Mormon church, or attended. And do you see what his church is allowing him to do? To make false accusations against me. Do you not see the blindness the church leaders cause on you guys? Both Mormon and ex-Mormon. The ex-Mormons have left the church because the church came out with yet another false accusation against Joseph Smith. They've been lying about him, and then the ex-Mormons find out, oh, they're confessing to lying about Joseph Smith, and that they're now saying he says he did this. They're still lying to you guys. And I can't get through to you. Not just Mormons, but ex-Mormons. I can't get through to ex-Mormons. Because it's worse than you think. I see LDS critic after LDS critic after LDS critic do videos about how the church is a cult. And I step in and say, no guys, they're a cult. And they don't respond. They go off and still continue, oh, they're a cult. You're not getting it. You don't understand the depths of evil. When the church excommunicates a leader of a protest group, whether it be Black Lives Matter, whether it be women's rights, women ordained women, whether it be protect LDS children, whether it be advocates for the poor, and the church, in response, excommunicates the leader. And then they do a token thing. Oh, we're allowing women to attend some of the lesser meetings, to have a say. Yeah, I wonder how much of a say. They're just a token figure. They get to attend. They get to have a turn to speak. Then the men ignore them and do what they want. And the church always complies when women of the church say, hey, the dress standards are a little more looser, they're showing more skin. And so the church leaders say, okay. But the men's garments? No. The men will not have thongs. But guys, I'm telling you, this is when they planned to attack us. They set it all in motion. When I found out that Amy Coney Barrett was involved in Bush v. Gore, that Kavanaugh and Roberts were also involved, holy crap! There are things going on that it takes me too long to explain to you, because you haven't figured out how evil the evil is in this world. And so Enrique still goes on. In your church, remember it's Mormon, do they teach you compassion for others and their beliefs? He's again still mocking me. He's still ridiculing me and my religion, as he himself claims to be Mormon in the perfect church that teaches him compassion for others and their beliefs. And then he ends with, it's nice to know you are perfect like Jesus Christ. Enrique, so are you. Or you're supposed to be. I've been trying to tell you. When you go through the temple, you're washed and anointed in the initiatories. What is that process called by the ancients? Perfection. You're washed clean and pure to become a high priest and a high priestess. Then you are anointed, christened in Greek. You are made a Christ and a Christa, a Messiah. You are now Christ. And you guys just aren't getting it. You trust people who don't know anything about the church. Whether you're Mormon, whether you're ex-Mormon, you're going to the wrong sources. You don't know my history. You don't know who I am. You don't know the impact and influence I have had in your life. When I tell you I'm the cause for 11 million Mormons saying I'm out. That's it. You're welcome. Do you not know this? Of course you don't. Because my name wasn't brought up when the church presented you with information that you said, I can't handle this. You have no idea that it was me that resulted in the church doing what they did that caused you to say, that's enough, I'm out. In the Joseph Smith history, Joseph Smith talks about the attacks that he is getting. And he says, and if they supposed me to be deluded, to have endeavored in a proper and affectionate manner to have reclaimed me. Are you doing that, Enrique? Are you doing that, little precious princess from last night who thought I was going too far? You guys trying to reclaim me? Is anybody attempting to reclaim me? When you spew your hate, when you shun my videos. Nope. Not a single person is trying to reclaim me. Everybody in my ward here abandoned me because of the bishop's lies. Let's see if I can find it. We'll close with it. Touch of evil in the night, come to me. And now I write somewhat concerning the sufferings of this people. Moroni, chapter 9, verse 7. For according to the knowledge which I have received from Amaron, behold, the Lamanites have many prisoners, which they took from the tower of Sherazah. And there were men, women, and children. And the husbands and fathers of those women and children they have slain. And they fed the women upon the flesh of their husbands, and the children upon the flesh of their fathers. And no water, save a little, do they give unto them. And notwithstanding this great abomination of the Lamanites, it doth not exceed that of our people in Moriantum. For behold, many of the daughters of the Lamanites have they taken prisoners. And after depriving them of that which is most dear and precious above all things, they raped them. You don't have to word it with that flowery wording. They raped them. And after they had done this thing, they did murder them in a most cruel manner, torturing their bodies even unto death. And after they have done this, they devour their flesh like unto wild beasts, because of the hardness of their hearts, and they do it for a token of bravery. O my beloved son, how can a people like this, that are without civilization, But, oh my son, how can people like this, whose delight is in so much abomination, how can we expect that God will stay his hand in judgment against us? Behold, my heart cries, woe unto this people. Come out in judgment, O God, and hide their sins and wickedness and abominations from before my face. And that isn't even the deepest depths of evil that I have learned from those who were my conservative peers growing up. From Mormons who think they can justify themselves because they're Mormon, Enrique. This information is not faith promoting. My videos are not faith promoting because it's about my church and its faults, which are not false. They are pure evil. This is why I had to sue the church, because they won't leave me alone. This is why the church has been exposed as seditious traitors to America, to humankind. They are seeking to overthrow us. This is why they are causing our death. They get up in conference and say, oh, it really sucks to be you, but it's your fault if you get it and you die from it. And so we're opening up more temples, we're opening up more churches, we're sending you on missions, but it sucks that you got coronavirus and are dead now. And then Herbert. Oh, yeah, wow, you guys are really making Utah look bad. I've sent you back to work so that you can't get the $600 free loafer money. Sucks to get a coronavirus and now you can't work and because you're dead. Oh, it sucks that you're dead because I sent you back to school. Do you not understand the evil that is going through these guys' minds? And yet, Mormons, you're taking away our agency by forcing us to wear masks and spread the virus to others. That goes beyond science deniers. That's twisting the Mormon religion about Lucifer's plan of happiness. See, and I always refer to it as Lucifer's plan of happiness. It's never referred to it as that. To remind people, he says it's for our better good. It's to help us. It's to keep us safe. But it takes away our agency. It makes us miserable. And thus I call it his plan of happiness. Because it's not happiness. And if you need an entertainment comparison, Mars Attacks. The aliens are in Las Vegas. They're zapping people with their laser guns, eradicating them from existence. And they're saying, stop, don't run, we're your friends. This is the kind of evil that I'm talking about, where they're murdering you, and they still say, why are you murdering yourself? Why are you murdering yourself? If you remember why do you keep hitting yourself? Why do you keep hitting yourself? When they grab your arm and slap you. But it's now expanded to even darker conditions. Why do you keep murdering yourself? Why do you keep murdering yourself? Why do you keep hurting yourself? They blame you when they are the cause. And they know they're the cause, and yet they still blame you. This is how evil they are. And you fall for it. And they laugh at you because you fell for it. Whether you're ex-Mormon or Mormon. This is why I'm warning you. I'm not the one crossing the line. They are. And they keep crossing the line. They keep entering into your space. And if they haven't entered into your space yet, like Precious Princess, they will. They're coming for you. When Kamala Harris said they're coming for you, she's not kidding. But she's not expanding it out far enough. The church is coming for you. And I know this because they won't leave me alone. Because if they left me alone, I wouldn't be ridiculing them. That's what nobody understands. My channel would be full of my research on Paleo-Hebrew and Egyptian petroglyphs. It would have nothing to do with the church. It would have nothing to do with any of the horrors that are going on. But they won't leave me alone. And so I can't do anything on Paleo-Hebrew. I can't do anything on Egyptian petroglyphs. I can't fulfill the Ezekiel 37 prophecy because they won't let me.